Welcome to the Pageantry PodCast.
And today's very special podcast guest calling in this morning, Miss American Coed 2024, Kylee Long. Kylee, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk to you. It's about halfway through your year of service for Miss American Coed. So if you're ready to jump into the questions, I'm ready too.
Yes, for sure.
What does the title of Miss American Coed mean to you?
So the title of Miss American Coed to me is actually a lifelong dream. When I started competing in pageants, I started at Miss American Coed, and I had no clue what I was doing at all. I had like barely any confidence. I was 4 years old. I really didn't know what was going on in the world, but I knew I wanted to be up there in a pretty dress. So now seeing how far I've come from that moment and now being able to sit in an interview and confidently speak to people or even introduce myself in front of an audience is just so mind-blowing to me. And to be the Miss American Coed, which is somebody that I always looked up to growing up. Like I was like, oh my goodness, look at her. I want to be her. It's just so crazy to me because now I have that opportunity to be a role model to other young girls and to really make an impact that was made on me, to give them that confidence to go out there and try something new, because it is scary sometimes to get up on the stage. So having the courage to do that means a lot. And that's exactly what Miss American Coed has provided me.
Did I hear you correctly that you said you've been competing in Miss American Coed since you were 4 years old?
Yep, back in the good old days. I'm pretty sure I started in 2007 was my first year ever. And now for it to be 2024 is just insane to me.
Why is Miss American Coed so special to you?
It really is about the family that you make. When I started in Coed, like I said, we had no idea what pageants were. And we were welcomed with open arms right away. We were taken to Disney by all of my sister queens. That was my first time at Disney. And I can just remember every single moment of that. They truly make it so special. And then coming back this year, the same exact things. We have so many fun themed parties where they're always giving us treats and candy and playing games. And it never feels competitive or anything. You can always tell that everyone there really cares about you. And traveling now to the state pageants, like you said, sadly, my reign is almost over, which I don't even want to think about. It's so amazing to be able to give back that same community to the other girls that I'm meeting, to be able to welcome them here with open arms, because I know that's exactly what Coed means. And that's what makes it so special, because you really don't find that connection everywhere else.
Aside from the title of Miss American Coed, what is your most memorable experience from nationals?
Okay. It's definitely going to be when we went to the gift exchange party, because that is so much fun, where we all bring little gifts from our states and then pass them around to each girl. So A, that's super cool. But B, two of us co-eds, me and my friend Gabby, shout out Gabby, coordinated this little dance with the two of us. And it was just so funny that at the dance party, we're up there on the stage. It's just us and all these little girls around us. And it's me and Gabby. And we're just up there doing this dance we coordinated. And it was just so much fun. And I will just never forget that time at nationals, because I'm a horrible dancer. So to be up there cutting a rug with the little girls was the best experience ever for me. I literally felt like I was 5 again, and I totally needed that to reset in pageant week.
So I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you stand up and do it then, okay?
Good. Nobody wants to see that. Trust me. Once was enough.
Let's talk a little bit about your community service projects, your platform.
Mm-hmm. So my platform is all about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And really what got me into it is that I am adopted. So growing up, I often felt a little bit of an outcast to my friends. And really in pageantry and co-ed, like I was talking about, that family that drew me in really gave me the confidence to see wow, this is something that I can do, is to be this role model and to be that person that when somebody's sitting to the side by themselves, I can bring them over to come do a horrible dance with me. And that is what my community service is all about. So I've worked in getting some certificates and certifications in different areas to work with LGBTQ plus kids. I've also done work with the Crown Cares Coalition, which is all about hair equality in the workplace. And all of that, I feel like, just encompasses who I am. And since I'm giving so much to all these little organizations, it's so nice to be able to say that I'm giving to all these people, but also my overarching thing is to just make everyone feel welcomed. And that's really projected at Miss American Coed. And to have an organization that I feel aligns with my own platform so well is just so validating. And it really makes it so much easier to just do what I love.
In doing my research, I was intrigued to run across that you actually have a series called the Grow Guide series. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so the Grow Guide series is something that I wanted to start when I became the Miss American Coed. And it's an online webinar where I basically invite other pageant queens that I know to come on and just talk about their experiences in pageants, their experiences in life, and to just give advice, because as a young girl in pageantry, we always look up to these queens and we're like, wow, we want to be them. But sometimes you don't really get the chance to like connect with them or get to know them and see that like we are human too. We make mistakes. We're just regular people at the end of the day. And so I really wanted to start that series to kind of open that discussion more and to allow girls to reach out to us and know like, oh, if I have a question, like I can totally reach out to Kylee because she's super chill. Like I don't have to be scared of her. And that's kind of why I wanted to start it, to encourage girls to reach out to us and to also maybe inspire them.
Speaking of experiences, what have you learned through competing in pageantry?
I've learned that it really is more about the experience than the outcome. From experience, I've obviously, like I said, been competing at Miss American Coed for forever and a year, it feels like, but I never won a national title until this year. And I think that that speaks a lot because even though I never won, I still came back because I knew that I would become a better person each year that I came back. I would make new friends. I would get to try something different. I would get to go experience new things that I wouldn't have otherwise. And that is just such a valuable lesson that I feel I've been able to take anywhere with me in life. Right now, I'm applying to grad schools, and I feel a lot of people are scared to apply to grad schools because they don't want to get rejected. But me, I'm like, every chance you don't take is one that you miss. And whether I get in or I don't, I learn from that. And I'm able to say, okay, I didn't get in this year because I didn't have this on my resume. Let's improve that. Same with pageants. When I would go, if I didn't win, I would say, you know, it wasn't my year. I didn't really do that great in interview. Let's go back and work on that. And I think being able to really self-reflect because of pageants and because of that has made me a better person and has really put me like kind of steps above other people in that aspect because I'm able to learn from my mistakes rather than get caught up on them.
As we mentioned before, you're halfway through your year. Let's talk about some of the highlights that you've experienced so far.
So our royalty weekend was by far my favorite thing that we've done. We went and we had an amazing photo shoot, which was so much fun. I played games with the little kids the whole time. They made me play concentration, which is such a hard game if you've ever played it. You have to like think of words on the spot so quickly. And then after that, they actually took all of us to dinner. And that was just such a special experience to go and like sit and eat with everyone. And then when we came back, it was when Miss America was going on, and it was right down the street from us in Orlando, which was super funny. And we had a watch party with all of us, and they gave us like goodie bags with matching like track suits. And of course, there was pizza and cookies and candy, and it was just so much fun. And like all of us were so into Miss America. The little ones like were so spot on the whole entire time. I felt like I knew nothing about pageants when I was like just going and watching it because they were killing it. And it was just so much fun to be able to spend time with each other like that outside of like pageants and outside of our crowns and our banners and all of that. We just really got to enjoy each other's company. And that was really special to me, especially being like an older girl. Hanging out with those little ones, it keeps me young. Let me just say, I love it. They're so funny. And I'm really thankful for this experience to be able to have them.
And you've been able to visit with special needs children as well.
I did some work here in my local community of going to Shine On, which is where we work with special needs children and we do arts and crafts. We'll do karaoke, which I'm horrible at, but I will always go up there with them because they think it's so funny that I'm so bad at it. And it just is such a great experience to be able to hang out with them and to just make them feel special, because that really is what kind of my overarching, if anybody takes anything away from this to know about me, is that I want people to feel special when they meet me. I want them to feel a connection when they meet me. That's what my platform is about. That's what Miss American Coed's about. And that's what everything that I try and do in my life is about, is I want everyone to feel special and included. And I don't want anyone to feel like weird or ever left out, kind of like I sometimes did when I was a kid.
We hear about it a lot in a lot of systems. But what is it about the Miss American Coed sisterhood that you most enjoy?
I think it's their availability. So I know that right now, any of my sister queens, I could try and FaceTime them or call them, and they're immediately going to either respond, tell me they can't talk. Like, there would be some sort of communication. And I feel you don't get that everywhere. These girls genuinely care about me so much, and they know so much about me, and I know so much about them. And it's so funny because we just want to look out for each other. Like, this is something I really feel you can't find anywhere else, is even at state pageants. I've seen girls where they bring one dress and then the zipper busts. You have no clue what's going on. We all know we get frazzled, and somebody immediately whips out their extra one that they brought to give to that contestant. And I think that that just really shows kind of the sisterhood that you find at Miss American Coed, is that it's not about competing. It's about that genuine connection that you build with one another. My little sweetheart sister queen was selling Girl Scout cookies at our last pageant and was able to get like really close to her 2,000 goal for boxes just by selling cookies at our state pageant. So it's just things like that, really showing out and supporting each other and making that genuine connection to know who they are behind like the title or behind the competition.
Why should someone compete for a MAC title?
Somebody should compete for a MAC title because it really is such a different experience. And I cannot stress that enough. I've been competing in pageants for, oh my goodness, 18 years now, like a long time, longer than some of these other girls have even been alive, which is so crazy to me. But really, what I can say is you will never find anything like it. You are always welcomed. And on top of that, the competitions are so much fun. They do everything they can to possibly make you feel special. So from throwing the parties to giving us like little treats, to even when we're in rehearsal and we're doing stuff, they'll do like special shout outs to us and make sure we each get like our moment in the spotlight. And I think that it's just those little things to really show that it is about us, and you're not just a number, you're not just a contestant there. They recognize that like you are a person, and that is what makes MAC so special. So anybody that wants to go to a fun pageant, feel special, really feel like royalty for a weekend, should go to MAC, because they do so much to go above and beyond that you can't find that anywhere else.
How can people learn more about Miss American Coed?
Well, you can go to our Instagram or the link in my bio. Definitely visit our website. There's so much good info on there. And if you're curious to know more about like the competitions and things like that, you can go onto YouTube and actually search Miss American Coed, and they have previous streams of the national pageants. So you can get like a glimpse into what nationals is like ahead of time, which kind of opens those doors and channels. And if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me or our amazing director, Miss Michelle. She is really great about communicating and getting back to everyone as well. So, yeah, questions are definitely welcome, and you can shoot them our way because we love to help and answer.
And the website is missamericancoed.com.
Yes.
And on Instagram, it's Miss American Coed.
Yes.
Perfect. Is there anyone that you would like to recognize?
Well, of course, I have to recognize my amazing director, Miss Michelle. Without her, I would not be here. She is such a light, and she just helps guide me so much. Like this year, I have texted her 1,000,001 times with 1,000,001 questions, and she's always on it to help answer them and to always help guide me in the right direction. And having that connection with her, I have to recognize it because she is the woman that makes it all happen. Anybody that meets her knows just how incredible she is and how kind and caring she is. So I have to recognize her if I'm going to shout anybody out, of course.
Any parting thoughts?
I just wanted to say thank you to you because this has been so much fun. I love talking about Mac and about my experience and just meeting you. That's so awesome. I love talking with you every time we talk. It's like so memorable to me. So this is just really great to be able to catch up with you again.
Oh, I thank you for that. And I am humbled. And, it's wonderful seeing young women like yourself grow up in the glamour lifestyle industry within even particular systems, to see you grow and to turn into wonderful young women. And I do congratulate you on all your successes. And I even pray for your success even more in the future and getting into grad school.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
And today's very special guest has been Miss American Coed 2024, Kylee Long. Kylee, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.